Many tourists remain stranded in Mexico after the violent retaliation over the death of cartel leader El Mencho. Joining us live with tips to maneuver through all of this chaos, Fox 5 travel expert Angel Castellanos. Angel, good morning and thank you for your time today.
Good to be here. Thanks for having me.
We've been talking about this over the past 2 days, wondering, people are asking themselves, because they go to Mexico a lot, what would you do if you were in a situation like this?
I mean, it's so scary and so complicated, but the first thing to do is to stay safe, to shelter in place, to listen to the authorities, and to get on to, whatever kind of local news information that you can, and then communicate with the hotel to see if there's some kind of system in place to update the guests there to see what's happening when it's safe to go outside. But people who are caught in this situation, unfortunately, have to worry about their safety first and then worry about getting home next.
Yes, when you are find yourself in a situation like this, which I was just telling you on commercial break, a friend of mine is stuck there right now. What do you do at that time after you make sure that you're safe, you're sheltered in place? And most of these people that we've talked to, they've been in resorts, so they feel like they're behind closed doors. What do you do next?
Right.
Because airlines are canceled, they're not allowed to leave the property. What happens next?
Well, you want to start a line of communication not only with the airline, but also with local consulate and the local embassy. So I would sign up for all the text message alerts. Certain airports have a text messaging system as well that allows you to figure out what's happening. Apps like Flighty or FlightAware are also very informative as to what's happening at local airports and where aircrafts are located. But getting a line of communication with that local consulate, local embassy will really help a lot, because then you'll actually know what the information on the ground is all about.
My particular friend, when I asked her what happened when she's staying extra, they said the hotel, or the particular hotel she's staying at, covered the cost of one night for her to stay extra. I don't know about today. I'm wondering, if you're in a situation that you get travel insurance, would it protect you in an event like this?
It really depends, because sometimes civil unrest like this isn't always covered in the most basic travel insurance policies that you might have with your credit card. What is the sort of the exception, and what will cover people in cases like this, is the cancel for any reason. And that's the part of the policy that people should have, that really is the big umbrella to where they could get those extra hotel nights. And also trip interruption is another one to look for in the travel insurance policies.
Are those travel insurance policies, Angel, legit? Do they really work?
Yeah. Some of them do and some of them don't. So that is a very valid question, because the kind of policy that you see at the end of a shopping transaction, let's say when you're buying your airline tickets, isn't going to cover you in situations like this. This is where you have to go to an actual travel insurance vendor, buy the policy through them directly, not through an online travel agency or through a
Oh.
regular travel agent, and then make sure that all these situations are covered, especially the trip cancellation, trip interruption, and cancel for any reason. Because even evacuation in this case isn't covered, because you're not being evacuated for a medical reason.
What about Airbnbs, if you're in a situation like this? Does the
Yeah,
host have a responsibility to then extend your stay and say, hey, why don't you stay an extra few days, or no?
No, unfortunately, they don't have any kind of responsibility. In the example that you gave earlier, where the hotel was kind enough to extend a free night stay, they're doing that just out of concern for their guests, and that's incredible hospitality. But with Airbnb, all bets are off, and the landlord could easily say, no, I'm sorry that you have to leave.
Angel, we're on the heels of spring break, and here in Southern California, a lot of people love to head south of the border to Mexico, to all of these cities. Not to mention, and we were talking about this yesterday in our streaming live show, the World Cup is supposed to start, and they have games in Guadalajara. So yes, it's a few months away, and we don't know what will happen in a few months, but if you, in the near future, especially with spring break that starts in a few weeks, should you still go to Mexico? And if you do decide to do, how do you protect yourself?
That is such a great question, because Mexico is 32 states, 130 million people. So it's not a monolith. Just because something happens in one area doesn't mean it translates into others. And, Cancun and people going to Cabo, they're still fine with their vacations. I'm personally planning on heading down to the World Cup still, so I haven't canceled those plans. I'm actually planning to attend a game in Guadalajara. I'm not canceling that, but you bet that I am signing up for the STEP program. That is the enrollment program by the State Department. People can go to statedepartment.gov and sign up for that. And then they're going to get up to date alerts in situations like this, in situations like weather. And it gives everyone a peace of mind. Also, turn your location on and share that with someone that you love back home. That way they know where you are at all times.
Very, very good advice. Angel, thank you.